everybody. I just wanted to do a video on, sorry about that. I want to do a video on the Giants draft and the national championship game last night. I am a Notre Dame fan, so I was a little bummed that they lost, but not like overly bummed because it's just college, and I get more upset with the pros than I do college. I thought it was a really exciting game nonetheless. It was back and forth. Well, not really back and forth, but Notre Dame almost made a great comeback. That was the fun part, and it was high scoring and everything, and so it was a good game. Despite the fact that Notre Dame lost. But the thing I noticed was, okay, Will Howard, quarterback of Ohio State, could be an option for the Giants. I don't know if I would take him at 3. I think I would take him in the second round. I don't think he's going to get taken in the first round, but I could be wrong. Maybe winning the national championship propelled him to people thinking that he's better than he is. To me, I looked at some video of him and a breakdown of his talent from a guy I watch, I forget his name, on YouTube. And he basically, from looking at his video and looking at also highlights from him as well, but the video of him that this guy was showing different things he does well, different things he does good. He seems to be a guy that pivots on his feet a lot, which makes his arm strength not so great. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Drew Lock with his dink and dunks, but he can occasionally throw the long ball, as he showed last night in the national championship game, and as the Notre Dame quarterback showed in the game last night. He showed some really good throws in that game, some really long balls. So I was actually impressed with both quarterbacks, but you got to give props to the winning quarterback. So I was impressed, especially in the end. I just think that the Riley Leonard, the Notre Dame quarterback, came up just a little bit short in that game, which makes me look at Will Howard a little bit more, because he actually won the whole thing. And they both look good. I think Will Howard might be just slightly more polished, slightly more better. Maybe he has a slightly better team behind him as well. That helps too. Would a guy like Will Howard do the same with a pocket breaking down on a bad offensive line or something? Like, say, on the Giants or something, if we don't have a great offensive line, would that translate, or would he be getting sacked a lot? And I think that would be the answer. He'd probably getting sacked a lot. My favorite quarterback still in this quarterback class, if we can't get the number 2 guys that are projected to go number 1 and 2, Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, I like Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart actually can have potential to be better than the first 2. He has a very strong arm. He can throw it far, very accurate, and the guy can run, and he's got a lot of heart. I like Jackson Dart. If I'm on the clock at 3 and Jackson Dart is the best quarterback on the clock, on 3, I'm getting Jackson Dart every day and twice on Sunday. So that's just where I'm going with that. I think that would be the way to go. And we'll see. We'll see where the Giants want to go with this. If they want to wait second round, you're going to have options. Like I said, Riley Leonard is going to be an option from Notre Dame. Will Howard is going to be probably an option from Ohio State, and Milroe from Ole Miss. What college did he go to? Alabama. Milroe from Alabama is going to be an option. So I think those guys would be all suitable for round 2 discussion. Then you've got the quarterback from Syracuse and Clemson, who could be options in the second round. You also have, what if somehow we didn't pick a quarterback at 3, which I'd be very disappointed if we didn't. But if Jackson Dart fell to us at 2, that would be just a stroke of genius. But I think he's going in the first round. His stock is going up. If he has a good pro day and a good combine, I think it's only going to go up, 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 up. And I think we are going to see him somewhere in the first round. So I really, if he's at 3, sitting there at 3, and Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders have already been taken, I am going with Jackson Dart right there. And I think if the Giants don't do that, they're making a mistake. I mean, and then this notion, don't draft any quarterback. Don't get anybody in this draft. Wait for next year when possibly Arch Manning might be available. Well, I'm now hearing from sources that Arch Manning might be going and playing in 2026. So I don't think he's going to be an option. And even if he is it a guarantee that the Giants are going to tank again, like tankathon? And is this going to be another season where we're drafting in the top 2 or 3? You just don't know. And if you're drafting 2 or 3, I don't think you're getting Arch Manning if he's in the draft. He's a really good young quarterback, and the little he showed, but he did show enough of highlights from last year when Ewers was out. He looked really good. I mean, he looked like maybe if he was in this draft class, he'd be the best in the draft class. So I wouldn't like bank on tanking next year. What if we win like 6 to 8 games next year? Not going to make the playoffs with that, but we are going to miss out on some great talent in the draft. We're not going to get the top of the draft. So even if Arch was in next year's draft, not a guarantee. And then what are we going to wait 2 years? Not draft a quarterback in 2 years? I mean, from what I'm looking at, the Giants' number 1 priority is a quarterback. If the Giants' number 1 priority is a quarterback, I'm thinking even if they get a veteran quarterback, like a bridge quarterback, which right now I'm leaning towards Sam Darnold. I wanted us to draft him when he was in the draft. We didn't. We got Barkley. I was a little disappointed in that. Barkley was a good running back, but I wouldn't have taken him there. I would have taken Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold had a great year with Minnesota. I know his last 2 games weren't the best, but he had a great year nonetheless. Brought them all the way to the playoffs, the Minnesota Vikings. And he's a free agent, and I would love for the Giants to sign him to like maybe a smallish deal. Pay him the money. We're going to have some money to work with. And draft a young quarterback, maybe like a Jackson Dart or somebody, or God forbid we maybe don't do that and we go for a Hunter, which is a good player, a really good player. He could play cornerback and wide receiver. I think you go quarterback at 3, but if you don't, you get one in the second round. I think it would be a real big mistake to pass up on a quarterback this draft and just go veteran quarterback. But we'll see. We'll see where the Giants want to go. I can't tell them what to do. It's out of our hands as fans. We could just guess what's going to happen. I'm really getting totally sick and tired of these mock drafts every day that are different, like from the same people but different. I mean, none of these mock drafts usually come true. And if you do get one draft that comes like slightly true, it's just like a stroke of luck. Like it's not like you actually predicted it. You're predicting mock drafts every day. You're gonna, get one of them sort of correct. And I find those so stupid. I just want to get there. I just want to get the draft day. And see where the chips fall. See what we get. I think it would be a big mistake if the Giants skipped out on a quarterback at 3. I think they or draft up to like 1 or 2. You never know what teams are looking for. Maybe a team like Tennessee wants to get a veteran quarterback or stick with Levis or whatever. Same with the Browns. Maybe they want to go with a veteran quarterback. Maybe they want to do that instead. So, you never know. You play your cards the way you want to play them. You could try to trade up, try to get a better chance at getting Shedeur Sanders, who out of the 2, Cam Ward and Shedeur, I like Shedeur. Just something about the kid I like. His makeup. He's meant for New York. I know his dad was Dion, a big rival of the Giants, Cowboys. He was on the Redskins, I believe. And he was a Yankee, though. He did play for the Yankees, so for a short period of time, you know. But yeah, I like Shedeur out of the two, and the third best I think in the whole group, who I really like, who I think some people are actually putting him at the top of the draft board. I really like Jackson Dart, so I will end it there. That's my take on it after watching the national championship. Not overly impressed, but sort of like with Will Howard, but I think he could up his draft stock now that he has won the championship. So we will see how that goes and whether the Giants want to take a gamble on a guy that won the championship but maybe doesn't grade out to be like the best quarterback out of the draft class. Okay, thank you everybody. Have a great day, and may the force be with you, and God bless.